Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from Heart. So this is your Gypsy Tarot love spread for the month of November 2017. I'm not doing singles, couples separately this month because I'm really busy. And also I've got some massive live spreads that I'm actually in the process of doing for the channel for 2018. So we've got just a general love spread for November 2018 and also a general reading coming up for you folks. If I've got time mid-month, my sweetie pies, I will do mid-month reading. Okay, so let's have a look what's coming in for Scorpio. Universe Spirit, show me what's going on for Scorpio overall November 2017. What's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. I'm speaking the name of Scorpio. Show me Scorpio and love in the month of November 2017 in a general Gypsy Tarot love spread. Show me. 2, 3. Let's collect these back up and let's start laying the cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And you notice this month I'm recording on Movie Maker. Hate Movie Maker, hate the black bars that go down the sides, but if I record via Mavavi or my video equipment, it's going to take ages to try and render the video. So okay, I think for some of you guys there might be general energies are saying that something that died may be coming back to life, and there might be a commitment. So there might be a recommitment of sorts for some of you guys. We'll see what happens. Around the mental and emotional, you've got the Hermit. So this could be a Virgo person around some of you guys, but also the Hermit card represents coming to the end of a situation. There's transition. Also the Hermit can reference when somebody's withdrawn to find greater insight into a situation. Around that Hermit, what's your mental and emotional? Well, the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is you guys, okay? So the King of Cups, mentally, you're very emotionally balanced as the King of Cups. So I do feel that, you know, if you guys are, the situation is about being in solitude with that Hermit card while you're going through some form of a spiritual awakening or transition, I think mentally and emotionally you're very balanced with this King of Cups energy showing here. And the reason for that, especially emotionally balanced, because it's an emotional and feelings card, what's the reason for that? Because of the Four of Pentacles in the upright. So the Four of Pentacles often means when you're guarded and you are protecting yourself. Sometimes it can mean that you're holding on, but I don't see you guys holding on to anything here, because mentally and emotionally you feel the King of Cups energy. So the King of Cups, and that's a Scorpio or a Cancer card, so dependent on how you want to on which line you go on astrologically wise with this King of Cups. I have to explain him. I've seen him show up for Cancerians and also for Scorpios. So mentally and emotionally balanced, I would say you guys are feeling, and that's because the situation is about being in solitude. And if you do, whether you're in a relationship or not, if you are going through a period of solitude with that Hermit card showing us a situation around the mental and emotional, and this is about finding peace with the Hermit. It's about transitioning and finding inner peace. And to do that with the Hermit, you need to go to a place of inner reflection. And sometimes you just need to take yourself away just for a little bit. I don't mean physically, but I mean mentally. And around that, I do feel that you guys are experiencing a great time mentally and emotionally off balance with this King of Cups, but it's because of the Four of Pentacles. So some of you guys, and the Four of Pentacles is a rather jaded card for me, because this is all about self-preservation. So this person often has their guard up with the things that they have, with the homes that they live in. You know, it's about closing the door and not letting anybody in. So I get the impression that you guys, I'm seeing a lot of solitude with these cards here, but you're happy to be in solitude, I feel, for some of you guys with these three areas here around the mental and emotional, this could also be because maybe somebody has withdrawn from you. With Four of Pentacles can show a selfish lover, it can show somebody who withdraws also. Around your present situation, the situation is about walking away. So the Eight of Cups represents when you are leaving behind a situation that you are no longer emotionally willing to invest in. You can see that this woman here on the card is walking away from the Eight Cups. Now they're all stacked equally on the Witch's Tarot, but nevertheless, and this doesn't suggest now that this is an emotionally imbalanced situation on the Witch's Tarot. For me, this person's made their peace with that number 8, with those 8 cups being stacked evenly. I do get the impression the situation is you guys have made your peace here with this situation with the Eight of Cups, and you're ready to move forward in a new direction. Around that, what's going on around that Eight of Cups in the present situation? Well, the focus is completely on you, because you've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this is good, because the situation is about leaving the past behind with that Eight of Cups, and around that, the focus in the present is about focusing on yourself. So you're leaving the past behind, and how are you doing that? Well, by focusing on yourselves with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You know, not all, you know, when you get the when you get cards in the reverse, Scorpio, they're not always gloom and doom at all. It depends on what they're aspected by, and this is very good. No wonder you guys are feeling far more emotionally balanced with that King of Cups energy. Yeah, you are a little bit guarded with that Four of Pentacles, but you are also focused, perhaps for some of you guys, on your careers, on your work, on your homes, on protecting yourselves, on preserving your own you know, your own standard of living. This isn't about anybody else in a way for some of you guys, Scorpio. It's really about you in the month of November, and that's great with that Queen of Pentacles. And what's the reason for that? Well, again, we've got a card that's kind of a little bit negative when it comes to love, the Five of Pentacles. And it's such a shame in a way to see that for me, because I'm seeing you guys, the situation is about walking away, leaving a situation behind, and around that walking away, the present situation shows you guys the Queen of Pentacles energy around you. Alright, so for me, what you're doing here around this walking away, what you're experiencing is the Queen of Pentacles energy, and this is the need to focus on oneself. So you're leaving behind an emotionally, maybe the situation was emotionally draining, whatever the case is, you're finding peace, but you're finding peace through focusing on yourselves. But the reason is these two cards here. You know, you found peace here, King of Cups, Hermit, and you found peace here, Queen of Pentacles reverse and Eight of Cups. But both times you found the peace, it's because of this and this. And Four of Pentacles can represent when somebody's withheld themselves from you, and the Five of Pentacles can represent when you've been rejected. So it's almost like you've got no other choice but to focus on yourself, Scorpio. It just seems to me, because you guys are feeling a sense of dejection and rejection from an individual here, that you're really starting just to put the onus on yourselves. Very interesting. What's going on around your hopes in terms of love? Well, the situation is about the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is being invited to love. It's about having a knight in shining armour rushing into your arms and saying, I love you. Oh, will you be my girlfriend, or will you be my boyfriend? This is the card of romantic idealism. So the situation is around having a knight in white shining armour, or whatever it is, coming towards you and telling you that they love you, telling you that they're interested in you, inviting you out for a meal, or inviting you out for a drink, or whatever it is that the Knight of Cups is capable of doing. That's the situation. Around that, what are your hopes? Rebirth, karma. So the situation is about being invited to love, having a new suitor coming in with this Knight of Cups. And around that situation of the Knight of Cups, what you're hoping for is rebirth with the karma card. And what's the reason for that? You are releasing here, or at least you're trying to release something. So I am seeing light at the end of the tunnel in this reading. At first it did concern me a little bit that you were so finding real balance here, but it was based on the idea of something negative. It's almost like you're trying to forget something so much, Scorpio, so much. I'm getting the impression that you're literally forcing yourself to forget something here, and I think it's still troubling you in these two areas here. But here is nicer, because the situation around your hopes and desires is about a knight in white shining armour. But around that, your hopes are to be reawakened, to be released from these energies I feel here, because of the Three of Swords in the reverse. You want to heal. You want to find true healing in the situation. Albeit, though, through an offer. And that's funny, because it's almost like it's the other way around. The mental and emotional here, we've got the situation, the Hermit, loneliness, solitude, finding inner peace, going through a spiritual awakening, a spiritual journey with that Hermit energy, and around that mentally and emotionally you're feeling quite balanced. Some of you guys might be doing more reading, for example. Some of you guys might have engaged yourself in a new hobby, for example, with that Hermit energy showing there. Some of you guys might be, you know, exploring new avenues in terms of learning new things, which is what the Hermit often does. And around that you are finding mental and emotional peace and balance with that King of Cups energy. But that's because of the Four of Pentacles. You seem to have put your defences up, I feel, with this Four of Pentacles energy, or because somebody's really holding back from you here. And around your present situation, the situation is about leaving behind a relationship, or leaving behind a situation that you were emotionally invested in. You seem to be making your peace here, but around that, making your peace and walking away emotionally from a situation, Scorpio, around that what you're experiencing in the present is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and that is the need to do a lot of self-focus on oneself. It's not about love, it's not about even family, it's about you and developing your own interest with this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, your focus might be on money, your focus might be on your clothing, it might be on the way that you look with the Queen of Pentacles. It's all me, me, me when she's in the reverse. So there's a real sense of needing just to take it, strip everything back, Scorpio, and focus on you. But again, the reason is because of something negative, feeling rejected. So it's almost like you're forced to do this here because you don't know any other way to be. The fallout of whatever this rejection is, because this is also a rejection card when somebody's pushing you away, or they're not willing to change their ways, or they're not willing to open themselves up to you. And here is a card of rejection. So both times I'm seeing you finding yourself, Scorpio, in November through the elements of rejection. But here in your hopes, it's the other way around. Now the situation is about being offered love. It's not about you anymore. It's about somebody coming forward to you, in which you're hoping for rebirth because you're looking for healing. Hopefully, if this isn't somebody else, then this will be you following your dreams with that Knight of Cups, because around that you're hoping for rebirth because you are trying to heal with that Three of Swords in the reverse. Let's have a look at what your expectations are. Well, the situation is about Six of Wands in the reverse. So Six of Wands in reverse represents when there is a lack of success or a lack of recognition happening. That's been the situation. And what are you expecting around that? Confusion perhaps with the Seven of Cups. And what's the reason for that? I think you're still emotionally attached to another individual with that Two of Cups. I think that some of you guys are still very much emotionally attached to an individual. You're still feeling an emotional connection with that Two of Cups. Alright, because your situation around your expectations, well, the situation is about a lack of victory. Here, and here, you're looking, and here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. 7 cards telling me you guys want to be released from a situation. You're finding balance, especially emotionally, in finding other things to do, finding other joys. And this is joys based on the self. So joys based on reading a new book, as I've said, or going and seeing a film, or taking up a new hobby, for example, for some of you guys. And I'm seeing all of that loveliness that you're starting to develop about yourself, and you're kind of, for some of you guys, saying, fuck it, this situation's gone, this person's gone, so now I'm going to put all the hard work into myself. I'm going to develop myself as a person because this person fucked me off and left me. And you know what, maybe this is you guys here with the Knight of Cups, because this can be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer card, and you're saying with the Knight of Cups, you know, the situation is, well, I'm going to go out and follow my dreams. And around that, what I'm hoping then is that I can have release, because I really need to get some healing on this shit, because you're forcing healing here, because you're doing these things because of these things here. But in your expectations, you're almost saying that the situation is going to be, well, I'm not going to be able to do this. If I can't do this, then what's going to happen? I'm expecting there's going to be a hell of a lot of confusion here, because, you know what, I'm still emotionally connected to this person. So I'm really seeing you guys trying to push yourselves forward. The reading feels very laboured to me on these cards, Scorpio. It feels very, very laboured. Very laboured. But you're still pushing through in an area here. Let's get what you can't see coming in. There's a King of Wands reverse. Be careful of that situation with that person. This person's a player, can be a fraud, a cheat, chameleon-like, switcher. There's a King of Wands showing in the reverse. Not the best card to get in terms of a person coming in. What's the situation coming in around that King of Wands reversed? Well, some of you guys, this person might be considering or evaluating a situation with you, and what's the reason for that? Well, that's because of the Ace of Swords in the reverse. This person still hasn't got clarity. If that's not the case, what you can't see coming in, the situation is around this King of Wands reversed. Around that, what you can't see coming in is you guys might still just be waiting for this person. Maybe you haven't had any contact from this person in a while with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. You haven't had any type of closure. Potentially, it's one of the two. Either somebody's considering you, because maybe with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, they've still not got closure on the situation. But even if this person was considering coming back to some of you guys, they probably wouldn't be your best bet, because they're showing as a King of Wands in the reverse. The immediate future, what's going on for you guys in November, Scorpio? Well, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, and this is all about building security, family, love, devotion, stability. With the Ten of Pentacles, it shows growth as well. So what's coming in around that Ten of Pentacles? Okay, there's a King of Swords, two Kings reversed, not great. Okay, around that, there's somebody coming in, but they're being dishonest, I feel. So you've got a man showing up here, male or female, King of Swords, top tier, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini showing up, or doesn't have to be. Around this togetherness, you've got an individual showing up, but this person is not being honest. This is a bit of a liar and a deceiver when you get the King of Swords in reverse. And why is this person showing up? They want to reconnect with you. Somebody possibly wants to come in and reconnect with that Three of Cups reconciliation card. This person possibly wants to reconnect with some of you guys showing up. And this must be in the hidden factors then, this person. The King of Wands in the reverse is the same as this King of Swords. They're the same people. In your hidden factors, what you can't see is that this person, there's a situation with a person, King of Wands reverse. This person is chameleon. 1 minute they want one thing, 1 minute they want another. They switch very easily. They can be a bit of a liar again, a fraud, somebody who has outbursts for no reasons. Also somebody who's very manipulative, especially in the areas of dominance. They like to dominate their prey. They like to assert themselves over others. He's like the Emperor in the reverse. They can both be Aries, so they use their power for ill rather than good. And around that King of Wands, what you can't see coming in is somebody's going to be evaluating something here with the Seven of Pentacles, because the Ace of Swords, they still haven't had closure. So I think there might be somebody around you that's not truly had closure in this situation. They're very unclear as to what to do. And as a result of that, the immediate future is showing. I think you guys might be socialising, talking to someone with that Ten of Pentacles here. Ten of Pentacles can also be a social card, a communication card. It can be around work, that type of thing. But you're going to be communicating, I believe, the situation is with this Ten of Pentacles. And around that communication being the situation, we have a liar coming in, a King of Swords in the reverse. So somebody, I believe, is not going to be telling you the truth. And that lack of truth is because of the Three of Cups. They possibly want to reconcile with you. The overall outcome shows the Queen of Cups showing here. So the Queen of Cups is a difficult card to explain in a way as an overall outcome, because sometimes the Queen of Cups can be somebody, and she's Scorpio as well, Scorpio Cancer sign usually. The situation is about the Queen of Cups. I think that you're going to need to do some emotional introspection around this situation. So I'm seeing you guys doing real emotional investigation concerning this situation, trying to use your intuition, Scorpio. What's the situation? What's the overall outcome around this situation? What's it about? The Three of Wands, whether to start launching this thing with this individual with the Three of Wands, because Three of Wands is all about launching something in the future with an individual or people. So I think that you're doing some intuitive work. Situation is about your intuition. And around that, the overall outcome is about launching something. And what's the reason for that? Well, because you want justice. You want balance. That's what you want. Whether you get it with this person, you want to be back together with this individual. You want to get your harmony, your balance back with this individual. Whether you get it or not, I'm not sure. This is the thing. I think that there is somebody around, some of you guys that I'm seeing wanting to reunite again. Alright, but I don't think this person's being honest. I really don't. And I think you've done your very best. And this is why I was seeing in the overall energies for you guys that something that had died is coming back to life again. Okay, and there could be a commitment showing up here for some of you guys. So I just feel that there's not... I don't know what's going on around this individual, but I wouldn't trust it too readily. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Because they're showing twice reversed. King of Swords reversed, King of Swords reversed. And I don't like reversed kings. Not one of them. They all show very self-serving energies. King of Pentacles, self-serving in the line of money, material, pleasure. The King of Wands can be self-serving because he likes to dominate others, but he can also be very quick-tempered in the reverse. He can also be very unpredictable when he's reversed. King of Cups can be an alcoholic in the reverse, also somebody who's likely to be quite depressed, a little bit of a drama queen. And King of Swords can be just a liar. Communication is his card, so he, in the reverse, in the upright he's fair, he's true, he's honest. In the reverse he talks lies, and that's usually to serve his own needs. So be very careful around whoever this individual is, because I don't feel that this person is out to do you really any good. Here you are the King of Cups because it's in your mental and emotional. Let's get the reading again, Scorpio. November 2017, the situation is about you guys being on your own. Hermit, solitude. Hermit is not just about being on your own though. Look into the deeper meaning of the card. This is when you are transitioning through a certain journey. You're finding the light, you're finding answers, and those answers can be that you're transitioning in areas of the arts, creativity, singing, writing music, drawing, you know, taking up a new hobby, going to university. This hermit guy here is often seeking a new path. He's learnt all he needs to learn, and now he's moving on to something else. So this is, for me, is a card about transition, and the situation is in loneliness and solitude. There is a great chance for transition, and this is the situation around you guys, and around that you're good to go. Mentally and emotionally you feel fine about it. You're like, yeah, this situation here, mentally and emotionally, I feel just fine. This makes me feel great. Because maybe with the Four of Pentacles it can be, well, the focus can now be on me. I don't have to share anything with anyone, because the Four of Pentacles is all about not having to share what you have with others. You can just take what you've got, build it up for yourself, save it for yourself, but it's not a card about sharing, it's a card about the focus being on oneself. So I really now, when I look at the reading, I would say, well, no, this is based on you guys saying, you know, I'm going through a time of solitude on my own. This is great. So I don't have to share shit with anyone else. I can just do it for myself, and this is beautiful. This is what I need right now. So this is great. Great, great. In your present situation, Scorpio, you've got the situation about leaving behind an emotional situation, distancing yourself from an emotional situation, and around that situation, you guys, again, focusing on the self, your money, your clothing, your looks, what you eat for yourself. Everything is focused on Scorpio for the self here, but that's because of the Five of Pentacles. Well, for some of you guys it will be a case of, well, you know what, I've been rejected, yeah, but you know what, probably this is the best thing that could have happened to me, because now I can truly just put the focus on me and what I want to do. In your hopes, though, the situation is about the Knight of Cups, and really I think this is about being offered love, with this Knight of Cups being the situation, and around that your hopes would be for rejuvenation and rebirth, because really what you're trying to do is heal and overcome a broken heart. Okay, so all of this transitioning and changing for Scorpio is really off the back of trying to get over a past relationship that hurt you a great deal. But in your expectations, well, the situation is about a lack of victory, a lack of confidence with that Six of Wands in the reverse here, in which, around that, what you're expecting is to still be confused with the Seven of Cups, because you're still very connected on an emotional level. You've tried to blank that emotional connection out, but you know really deep down that you're still very emotionally connected to this individual, whoever they were. The hidden factors are showing a situation about a King of Wands. This is what you can't see coming in. So this person is a chameleon. They're two-faced. They are quick to anger. They've got a bad temper on them. They switch. They're like the Tower reversed. You never know when they're just going to go boop, not interested. This person's a switcher. And around that King of Wands in the reverse being the situation, what you can't see coming in is somebody still evaluating a situation. They haven't given up with that Seven of Pentacles showing there. And why is that? Because of the Ace of Swords in the reverse. I don't think this person's fully got any closure on this situation with that Ace of Swords in the reverse. So I don't think this person's completely closed the book. The immediate future is showing the situation being around meetings, socialising, talking about the future, stability, growth in terms of relationships, Ten of Pentacles. And around that situation, what you'll experience coming in is a liar and a deceiver, a King of Swords. So this person's probably going to be talking about, yeah, I want to build this relationship. I'd like to, you know, start afresh, and I'd like to start anew, and I'd like to really start building us up again, and this, that, and the other. But it's because of the Three of Cups. They want to find a way in to reconcile with you with that Three of Cups energy. The overall outcome shows the situation, you guys trying very hard to use your intuition and doing a lot of emotional reflection on this situation. And around that, what you'd experience as the overall outcome is the Three of Wands. You're going to be looking possibly to a future for some of you guys with this individual, with that Three of Wands. And why is that? Because you want justice. You want balance and alignment back in this situation. Also, the Justice card speaks about soulmate connections. For some of you guys, it might be that you feel that this person is indeed your soulmate. And indeed, the universe has sent them back because you're meant to be together. Interesting reading. This is a general reading. It will not happen for everyone, as I always say. But I feel that somebody will come back in for some of you guys. But don't trust what they say, because they're showing us a King of Wands in the reverse and a King of Swords reverse. These are two people, especially that King of Swords in the reverse, liar. Absolute liar. Usually when he or she is not telling the full truth. They've got a hidden agenda as the King of Swords in the reverse. You know, because they want a reconciliation with that Three of Cups. Or it might be simply that they want a good time. Three of Cups is all about having a good time. Very different to building a relationship, isn't it? We'll have to see. We'll see what happens mid-month or for December. But I wouldn't trust you doing it. And it's funny because in the reading you guys are doing so well. So if you're doing really well on your own, you know, no matter what the reason is that you're focusing on the self, Scorpio, carry on focusing on the self, because this is what's going to get you far and get you to where you need to go and get you finally to the right person that you need to be with. But I don't know whether this person's going to be it, because I don't trust the individual. I really don't trust them. I don't like it when somebody shows up as a King of Swords in the reverse. It's not a great card. What's the advice, universe, that you've got for Scorpio on this reading? What is the advice that you've got for Scorpio on this reading? Show me. It tells you to keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. There you go. Keep an open mind, because your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I dare say this is probably a soulmate, and it could be somebody that's come in and out of your life for whatever reason. Okay, and you know, the one thing I always say to clients and people is be very careful of this soulmate thing. You know, some people think soulmates are meant to be perfection, like the soulmate is meant to be your perfect other half. That's not the truth at all. A soulmate is the other part of you, but it doesn't always mean that it's the perfect part of you. It can just mean that you have such a connection, and it's the same for a twin flame, I guess. My take on the twin flame, the problem is that you get a lot of these you know, I've seen them on Facebook and stuff like that. I'm not running them down. Everybody's got their own part to play, their own, you know, part to play in this wonderful work that we do in the tarot and angel guidance work and, you know, all of that good stuff. Everybody's got their part to play, clairvoyancy, and I would never discredit anyone. I'm a massive fan of a lot of readers on YouTube. A lot. I love Tyler's Tarot, Elisa Tarot, Rock and Roll Prophetess, there's a whole host. I don't watch a lot of tarot readers, but those are the ones that I always watch, and I love them to bits. So they're my friends on YouTube. I love them very, very much. I think they're great. Ava's tarot is also really good. So tarot readers speak the truth. They really do. Some tarot readers believe in twin flames, soulmates. I'm off the ilk that, yeah, I believe that twin flames do exist. But I believe that you've got to put it into perspective, and that sometimes somebody comes into your life to help you deal with your shit. And usually they're never really a part of your shit. They just happen to create the shit. So for me, this person who's coming in is a soulmate, and they've hurt you before. And the fact that they're showing up as a King of Swords in the reverse, Scorpio, I think they have the potential to hurt you again. I really do. I think they've got the potential probably to do that. Okay. And yeah, it's telling you keep an open mind, because this soulmate differs from... But I think that this soulmate only differs from your expectations, because what you're expecting is somebody to be the perfect soulmate, and this person isn't going to be the perfect soulmate. They are indeed, I believe, your soulmate. Indeed, I believe this person is your soulmate. But they're never going to be perfect, and they're always going to tell the odd lie or so. They really are. So just be careful that you don't, I feel in this reading, invest too much, because here I can see that you are really doing some investing, I believe here. This Three of Wands, justice area. The overall outcome, this is you guys here in the situation, Queen of Cups, doing a lot of emotional evaluation in the situation, trying to use your intuition. And also this is about emotional contentment and also an emotional connection. So the situation could be about making that emotional connection, could also be to another water sign around that situation. You might find the overall outcome is looking to the future with this individual, and that is because of justice. Now the Three of Wands can be where you turn your back as well, whether it's reversed or in the upright, but often this is also about launching something new, taking what you've learnt and launching further things. Okay, so for some of you guys, it could be. Some of you might turn your back. Your intuition might tell you to turn your back because of justice, just to settle the situation. Some of you guys, your intuition might tell you to launch something because of justice. It just depends. We'll get clarity actually on that Three of Wands. Excuse me. I want to see if you guys, what you guys are doing. What do you mean the overall outcome is the Three of Wands? Show me what you mean by the overall outcome being the Three of Wands for Scorpio. There you go. You got justice again. Yeah. Justice brings some form of a proposal here. You've got the Page of Pentacles, which is proposal and justice. Okay, so justice is balance, harmony, bringing some form of a proposal. Okay, some of you guys, it might literally be an engagement or a marriage proposal or something like that. Justice is usually an official term, and this is like the proposal card of the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't see a turning off the back here. I see some of you guys investing in this. Okay, and why? Because of justice, universe. What's the reason for justice being the reason for the Three of Wands? What's the reason for justice being the reason for the Three of Wands? Show me in 2 cards. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, letting down the guard. Brings unexpected changes, I feel, with that Knight of Swords. Some of you guys, I feel somebody is lowering their guard here with this Four of Pentacles showing in the reverse. Okay. And the Knight of Swords is all about unexpected changes. So you guys are looking to the future here, looking to launch something, I believe, with this person, with that Three of Wands, because of justice. And the justice card is saying for me here, the reason is that somebody's who's lowered their guard has brought in unexpected changes. So the lowering of the guard here is bringing now unexpected changes with that Knight of Swords energy. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing here some of you guys going back to an individual. Okay. Because the Knight of Swords, Knights always represent changes, incoming and outgoing. And the Four of Pentacles is when you are finally lowering the guard or you're releasing something. Here I'm seeing somebody who's lowering their guard, which allows in. If you look at the direction of the card as well, it's almost like the gates are being lowered, allowing the Knight of Swords in. If we were to get this Four of Pentacles in the upright, this would almost be a blockage to him passing through. So what I'm seeing is passage is now safe for this Knight of Swords, for change to come in, because the guard has been taken up or taken down, whichever way you want to see it, and the Knight of Swords can pass through easily. So I'm seeing some form of something starting up with you guys. For some of you, it won't resonate with all of you, it really won't, because it's a general reading, but I am seeing the lowering of the guard for some of you guys, and passage, safe passage for change to occur with that Knight of Swords energy coming through. The guard has been lifted, the Knight of Swords is rushing through now. I'm seeing something happening here for some of you guys. You're going to need to keep an open mind on it, because this person is not picture perfect. They're not perfect at all in any way. I'm not saying, I mean, looks or anything like that, but this person is not perfect in personality. And it's either that you accept it or you don't. Okay, that's your reading, Scorpio, for the month of November 2017. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will speak to you guys real soon on your generals. Take care, sweetie pies. Bye-bye, darlings. Bye.